Welcome back to Modifi Rising. I am Modifi, and in this video, we will be going over the energy of the sign Taurus in astrology. As many of you may or may not know, I am a Taurus, and I love it. Disclaimer. When I'm speaking about Taurus, I am speaking about Taurus energy. I'm not speaking about you specifically, if in fact your sun is in the sign of Taurus. I am only speaking about Taurus energy. Then we will get into the planets and how all of the planets work within the energy of Taurus. The season of Taurus is from April 20th to May 20th. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, the planet of beauty and attraction. And Taurus is attracted to beautiful things. Taurus energy is about luxury, pleasure, taking things slow, and appreciating the finer things in life. Taurus is about all things sensual, all the senses, the visual, the oral, the feeling, the olfactory, the gustatory. Very, very Venusian indeed. And the modality of Taurus is fixed earth. Fixed energy is finishing energy, and fixed earth represents the unmoving, stable foundation of earth. That which does not change. Fixed energy is like that of a mountain. It's not going anywhere. Fixed energy maintains unswayed. The motto of Taurus is I have. The symbol of Taurus represents the bull. And just like the fixed energy of Earth, the bull stands its ground. It is the immovable object. The tarot card corresponding to Taurus is the Hierophant. And on the Kabbalistic tree of life, the path of the Hierophant falls between the Sephiroths of Chokmah and Hesed. Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac and corresponds to the second house. The second house represents material possessions. It's also known as the money house. And we can look to our second house placements to show us how our financial and material programming is designed in life. Taurus energy is very materialistic, centered energy, focused on possessions and things that we have, as the motto of Taurus is, I have. It's the mine energy. Like, this is mine. Think Scrooge McDuck, right? Holding on to the bag. You know, I'm very possessive about what I have accumulated, and proud of it. That is very much in alignment with Taurus energy. And it's not such a bad thing, but it is a thing. So, with possessive and materialistic being two prominent keywords of Taurus energy, here are the rest. Slow, stubborn, immovable, materialistic, patient, cautious, pleasure, possessive, leisure, artistic, luxury, lazy, loyal, music, lavish, persistent, resilient, rose-colored glasses, sensual, talent, wealth. And now we will go through the planetary placements within the sign of Taurus. The Sun in Taurus. The Sun represents our attitude, our confidence, our sense of self, our identity, our ego, our conscious mind, our default setting in life. In the Sun, Taurus energy is particularly slow, methodical, calculated, practical, cautious. Tauruses can truly be loyal to a fault. And this is where the term rose-colored glasses stems from. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, as they can see the best and even the worst of situations. However, they can see only the best in some of the worst situations, and that can be to their detriment. The Sun also represents where we find our confidence, and Taurus tends to find their confidence in that which they have. The Sun also shows us our sense of identity. Tauruses tend to define themselves by that which they have. The Sun also shows us our capacity for leadership. Tauruses will always take care of their people. And while they may be slow to act in the roles of leadership, you can always count on the fact that Taurus's decisions have been incredibly well thought out. The Sun also shows us where we find success in life. And with Taurus, their success will be found through their patience and through their talent and creativity. Taurus's personal power definitely stems from their caution and their patience. I personally am a Sun in Taurus and a Mercury in Taurus. And I am many of these things, but not all of these things. I am kind of about the mind, don't touch my shit stuff. Like, people get behind my turntables or they grab my camera. I'm like, why are you touching my shit? Hey, yo, hold up. The moon in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus. And the moon rules our emotions, our feelings, our habits, where we find our safety and security. Emotionally speaking, Tauruses are very steady, slow, calculating, methodical, but for the most part, very cool, calm, and collected in their emotions. They are incredibly slow to anger. They have an incredibly long fuse, but watch the fuck out when that fuse is getting to its end, because it is explosive. The moon also represents our habits, and Tauruses habitually are overthinkers, like big time. Big time. I struggle with that shit, and I'm a Taurus Sun, so that might just be some Taurus energy in general. For people with the placement of the moon in Taurus, your safety and security are very much dependent on stability. That which does not change, that fixed earth foundation. This can be a very challenging thing to achieve. This stability can come from that which a moon and Taurus person has, that which they possess, the material things that they have that signify stability. Oh, I have a nice house, I have a nice car, I have nice furniture, therefore I am stable. However, moon and Taurus people, when you apply your love of the external the material, to yourself, to the internal, you will find peace in the balance between the two. Mercury in Taurus, slow, sensual, and based. Mercury is all about thought and communication. And again, Taurus is fixed earth energy. Therefore, it is very fixed in its mindset, very fixed in its ideas, and very fixed in their opinions. And with a Taurus mindset, they definitely have a tendency to overthink things. It does take time for them to make a decision, but when they do, it is very firm and very unwavering, and it's kind of done. And they are not easily swayed from their decisions once they are made, as they are very practical beings of logic. They have exceptional concentration power. Mercury also represents the tone in which we speak, the way in which we communicate. Tauruses are quite soft-spoken and polite to others. There is a soft and serious downtrance to the way they speak. People often take them seriously and listen to them. They have a pleasing manner of communicating, as they have pleasant voices. And again, Mercury never travels too far from the sun. So if you have a Mercury in Taurus, your sun will be in Aries, Taurus, or Gemini. Venus in Taurus. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. These people tend to be quite beautiful and attractive, and they have a strong fondness of beauty, pleasure, nature, and sensuality. They have an exceptional and rich taste in art and music, and are quite fond of artistic pursuits. They also have very refined manners. They are very elegant and sophisticated. Their aesthetic in the home often consists of plants, decadent scents, and luxurious items. And they associate all of these things with comfort, these material possessions. Speaking of possession, they can also tend to be quite possessive in relationships. These people play for keeps in a dope way. This is husband-wife material we're talking about here. And that's really just Taurus energy in general, to be real. They will take care of you. And again, A1 loyalty to a fault. They will stay with a partner even if things aren't going well, because they are patient, and they will be patient with you. But do not, and I cannot stress this enough, do not take their patience for granted. Be mindful of that long fuse, and know that when that fuse has reached its end, you have likely taken advantage of them, and that reaction will be explosive, and there is usually no coming back from that. And in a way, rightly so, because these people treat their partners like royalty. Like royalty. They roll out the carpet. They will cook for you. They will give you gifts. They will compliment the way you look, the way you smell, the way you feel, the way you sound, the sound of your voice. And they will do these things on a regular basis. And while they are slow, while they take their time, while they are cautious in opening up to you, once they do, there will be no question whether a Taurus loves you or not. To attract them, you got to look good, you got to smell good, you got to feel good, you got to sound good, you got to hit them on all senses. Very, very sensual people. Also, be practical. Be patient. Because they are all about longevity in relationships. And they need that patience and that predictability, that practicality. They also value physicality. They're very touchy-feely. But essentially, all they really want are three things: good sex, good food, and good company. Taurus is in it for the long haul. So they really value that quality time, that one-on-one connection. They love you being present with them. Actions speak louder than words with these people, on God, 100. And again, they are practical people. They do not like or adapt well to change, whether it's in the relationship or just change in general. Not into it. Don't like it being sprung upon them. And this is why they take relationships so seriously and treat them with caution, because they desire stability in life above all things. And lastly, Venus will never be any further than 2 signs away from your sun sign. So, people with Venus in Taurus will have their sun in Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer. Mars in Taurus. Mars is in exile in Taurus, as Venus is the ruler of Taurus. However, depending on the perspective from which we approach, refine, and apply this energy, it can definitely have some perks to it. For example, slow and steady wins the race. And unlike that of Aries, these people are not in a hurry to take action on their passion. However, their patience and staying power is tremendous. And depending on the kind of goal or passion that you are pursuing in life, patience might just be the move. Because not all things that we go after in life are going to come to us quickly. Just ask Saturn about that. Some would even argue that anything in life worth having, Taurus, wink wink, is worth waiting for. So if you find yourself being pursued by a Mars in Taurus, really a Taurus in general, to be real with you, if they are demonstrating patience with you, that is because they find you to be worth waiting for. However, and again, this is fucking crucial, as we went over with Venus in Taurus, they do have a limit. And if you push them to it, if you take advantage of their patience or take it for granted, they will bounce, and they will bounce for good. because when it is gone, and it does not come back easily. Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus is the sign of money and material possessions, and Jupiter is the planet of abundance. This is a fortunate placement as it favors abundance in money and wealth. Wealth meaning building upon that which we already have. Taurus. But remember, Venus attracts, Jupiter expands. So Venus brings the bag, the money bag, and Jupiter expands the money bag. This placement favors success in fields where finances are already prominent. Things like possessions that increase in value. Things like art, investments, collectibles, crypto, NFTs, shit like that. And remember, security is important to Taurus. These people are likely to be conservative with the bag by default. However, depending on the house Jupiter lands in or bearing any detrimental aspects, this can also lead to excess in Jupiter and overspending on luxury possessions. Jupiter is also about excess. These people can have nice things and still want more. This can give the kind of impression that it's never enough for these people with anything material. So there is definitely a hedonistic side of this energy to be aware of and to keep in check. However, in the end, it is a really good placement for people who have shit that they want to expand upon. If you have things that will increase in value, this is a great placement for that. Cultivating and amassing things that will increase in value. Do that shit. Do that shit. Yes. But watch out for that excess shit, for real. Saturn in Taurus. Bag restriction. Money bag restriction. Think Scrooge McDuck. This placement can cause one to be overly cautious with money. On God, restriction in what I have. Limitation in what I have. Obstacles in what I have. But money is like a circuit. Cash flow. It's an input-output system. You have to spend money to make money, they say. So, Saturn and Taurus, if you're out there just holding on to the bag like this, Scrooge McDuck style, you're not allowing space within that bag for the bag to grow, for the money to grow. This placement does, however, grant determination when responsibility is taken seriously. And Taurus has got that. Taurus, you've got that. The restriction combined with your caution can play out to your benefit very well. Just don't hoard the shit. That's a scarcity mindset. And scared money doesn't make money. Just stay on top of it and you'll be fine. And just keep in mind that that's going to be a slow achievement. It's going to take time. Be patient. Taurus, you're all set up with patience. You got this shit. You have got this shit. Trust me, I'm always right. Thank you for watching this video on the energy of the sign Taurus in astrology. Please be sure to check out the videos on Venus and the Moon, as Venus is the ruler of Taurus and the Moon is exalted in Taurus. Also, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I am Modifi. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, where we will be going over the energy of the sign Gemini. in astrology. Maintain unswayed.